Hey guys, and welcome back. So I'm starting off with one eye done as always, and I'm grabbing my Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C10, and I'm using that as a primer to prep my eyelids. Y'all know my go-to palettes are always from Morphe, and I'm using the 35B palette today, and I'm using that cream shade, and I'm just dabbing that all onto my eyelid to set that concealer in place. Next, I'm going into the darkest pink in the palette, and I'm putting that directly on my crease, and I'm blending this upward, and I make sure to diffuse this all the way out because I only use 2 shades for this look. Well, 3, but you'll see one shade really doesn't count. I change brushes and I go in with a bigger, fluffier brush, and this is just to further diffuse everything else. I want this to be like airbrushed. I don't want to have that much definition at all. Like, I wanted a nice soft blushy pink, and that's the look I was going for. Next, I move on to that dark black shade. Well, the black shade in the palette, and as you can see, this is why I said this shade doesn't really count, because I diffuse this completely and I end up covering it anyways. I went back into that fluffier brush to further diffuse everything and make sure it's blended completely before I go in with my next shade. Here I'm grabbing a concealer and I'm placing this on my eyelid, and I'm not doing a cut crease. The reason why I'm just adding concealer, it's because I want that blush pink to stand out. I don't want it to blend in with those other pink shadows, and for some reason, I do apologize, but I believe I lost the footage of me applying this pink shadow as well as that black liner. But here I'm just grabbing the NYX liquid liner and I'm creating a smaller wing right on top of the black line. On my actual crease, I decided to go in with a e.l.f. silver glitter, and I already applied my NYX glitter primer glue. That's how I'm getting it to stay in place and not budge, and I just felt like the look needed a little something extra, so the glitter gave it a nice subtle touch. I'm using the shades 330 and 310 within the Fenty Beauty foundation, and again, I do struggle with mixing these two because one is too yellow and one is too orange, but whatever, we always make it work at the end of the look. Right now I'm just scattering the product onto my face, and then I go in with a brush and blend it into my skin. For concealer, we're using the Fenty concealers in 310 and 330, just like the foundation shades. I already have 330 on, and I went in with 310 just to brighten up a little bit. For contour, I'm using an old favorite of mine, which is the black opal foundation stick in the shade Hazelnut, and I'm just using this to contour the perimeter of my face as well as my nose. Guys, I'm so sorry that I know the footage is like warmer in other scenes and cooler in others. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get this fixed, but right now I'm just blending all of my cream products from concealer to contour. To set my concealer, I'm using this banana powder from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Pro Filter Retouch Setting Powder, and I'm just slightly tapping this underneath my under eyes. I didn't want to bake today, just something really subtle just to set the concealer in place. Here I'm bronzing my face using the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula in the shade Deep Bronzer. And this shade really doesn't show up much on my skin tone, but I just found out that they have deeper shades. So I will be heading to the store soon so I can pick up a deeper shade and let you guys know and see what it looks like on my skin tone. Moving forward, I also use that powder to contour my nose, and then obviously blend as you go. Now I'm setting my face with the Morphe setting spray, and I like doing this before highlight because now I'm about to apply my highlighter, and this is the Physicians Formula highlighter in the shade Rose Gold. And I like applying the setting spray first because it just makes your highlight blinding, like it's way more intense this way. So I like setting my face before highlighter and then after I'm done with all my makeup. I always make sure to apply a little bit of highlighter right underneath my brow bone, and then the other areas, which would be like the bridge of my nose, give myself a little button nose, and my Cupid's bow. Alright, so face is done, and I went back to my Morphe palette, and I got a lighter pink just because I felt like the other one was a little too bright for my liking, so I put that right underneath my lash line before I went in with mascara. Alright, so I guess I skipped the eyes again. So I went into my ColourPop lip pencil in the shade Brink, and I just used this as an all over lipstick. It was a nice little rosy pink that complemented the eyes very nicely. So I applied my lashes off camera, and I went in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk just to tight line my waterline. Applied some mascara off camera, and yes guys, this concludes the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give this a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this satin tie, by the way, that says K Divine Doll, if you're interested in purchasing, I'll leave the link down below. Get yours for only $8. And thank you so much for watching, guys. God willing, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.